Welcome to Fostering Blooms, the podcast where we dig deep into gardening and all the ways it can enrich your home and life.
Together, we'll explore every aspect of gardening the organic way, keeping it simple, accessible, and fun.
Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just getting your hands in the dirt, we're here to share the tips and insights you need to grow something truly special. I'm Shannon Foster Boleen.
And I'm Caitlin Blum, and we're two friends on a mission to cultivate beauty, creativity, and connection through everything we grow.
This is Fostering Blooms.
I am really excited about this episode because we are going to talk about plants that we are growing, that they're spring blooming plants or spring edible vegetables. So that kind of March, April, May timeframe that these guys are going to bloom. Some of these are plants that are tried and true, and some of them are new. And I didn't mean to rhyme.
Oh, wow, that was really good.
It was
I think
good.
you should say it again.
Some of these are tried and true, and some of these are really new.
Oh, I love that.
To us anyways.
I think it's really exciting because we've worked really hard this winter and early spring, and other gardeners who are starting things indoors or working in your garden, getting things ready. This is your first reward of the season.
Right.
And it's your first like, oh my God, it's blooming. You know, it's really exciting. So we're starting now to reap the benefits of all of our hard work. I think that's what makes it even more exciting and special.
It does. And, you know, we haven't talked about this a ton, but we both have full-time jobs.
Yep.
Caitlin has a toddler who needs you as well. You have limited time and you're really being specific about what you want to grow, right?
Yeah.
So these 5 flowers and 5 vegetables are things that we're really excited about. Obviously, it's not the only 5 things we're growing, but we're excited.
This is it. This is all we're growing. This is the first of many that we get to be inspired by that are blooming and going, oh, my hard work's paying off. And now it's on to the other 50,000 things we're growing.
Correct.
Just kidding.
Why don't you kick us off?
Yeah, so one of my flowers that I'm really excited about blooming, it'll probably be around late April, beginning of May, is one of my roses. It's a David Austin, Bathsheba, and she's beautiful. So she's 3 years old now. Last year, she started to send up some really good shoots and probably had 12 blooms on her, but this year she's really going to be banging. And she's trellised up the railing going up the stairs, and I trimmed her in December. I did kind of just a general trim and then refined her in March. I do need to fertilize her. I've been kind of waiting.
Yeah, no, it's good that you waited.
Until we're getting warmer so she doesn't get a bunch of like really new growth and then get zapped by a frost.
Yeah, she's going to look great. And your job that you did in December with pruning, your winter pruning, I was like, oh my God, this looks like David Austin came out and did it. It's so good. You're so good at it.
Thank you.
I had her trim one of my roses. I'm like, girl, you need to trim my climbing rose. So
I
it
really
looks
like
really
it.
good. Yeah.
I don't know the geometry of it. I really like it. So I will have a lot of climbing roses.
That's really exciting. We're going to take cuttings so that I can get one.
Oh, yes.
All right.
What do you got?
This one I planted last year, but after she had already bloomed, which is a Clematis or Clematis, however you want to say it, Duchess of Edinburgh. And the first time I saw it, I kind of have this, I don't want to call it a rule, but I have this thing about if I see a plant and it takes my breath away, then I need to get it.
You have to buy it.
So that's how I felt the first time I saw Bartzella. Bartzella is a yellow peony. And the first time I saw it, I walked around the corner. I was like, you know, so when I saw this, it's a white Clematis. It's a double. So it's really fluffy. I put it in the courtyard garden. So I've got the 2 iceberg climbing roses and the Clematis is in the middle. And it's funny because part of her is green up top and down at the bottom, but the middle is still not fleshed out. There are buds, but she looks kind of like she's got a mullet going on right now. Yeah, my mullet Clematis. I am really excited.
That was in style now. Just so you all know, having your Clematis in a
mullet is the thing.
It's it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I am really excited to see her in bloom.
Yeah, that's so exciting. Okay, the next thing on here are peonies. And I have 2 that I'm really excited about coming up. I have a Sarah Bernhardt. She's like a white rimmed with pink, and it'll be her 3rd year. So she's starting to come in really big. And then I have a Karl Rosenfeld peony. I'm just kidding. It's the Karl Rosenfeld. And it's like a magenta one. And I actually moved it in the fall So he's in a new home. We'll see how he comes up, but he's cool.
Oh yeah, those are both classics. And the cool thing about those is that you also can find them pretty readily, and they look
Yeah.
really good together in a vase because the softness of the Sarah Bernhardt really complements the Karl. So
They're fun. Yeah. Yeah.
I love peonies. Don't get me started.
I know.
You know
What you
what we
got?
need to do? We need to take a trip to Edelman Peonies.
Oh, how far away is that?
It doesn't matter.
I don't. You're
It's in
right.
the United States.
Okay. Good enough.
Yeah, let's go.
Great. Let's go.
All right. I think they're on the West Coast. No big deal. For me, the next one is Snapdragon Potomac Royal. And it's a very vibrant magenta color. It's like a
Interesting.
really deep color. It's the first time I've grown this one, and I'm growing like 4 other colors, but I'm really excited about how this is going to look in the new cut border that I'm making.
Beauty. I'm excited too for you.
Thank you.
So next one I have on here is tulips and narcissus. Planted these bulbs in the fall, and I'm very excited about a couple different ones. Fringe lambada, and it's like a salmon color.
Oh,
So it should be really cool. And then my gay tabor narcissus.
that's going to be awesome. I've grown gay tabor before, and it's absolutely beautiful.
It'll be cool. I'm excited. I did like a faux riverbed area on the side. It gets really dry in the summer. So I'm going to put in some different really dry, heat tolerant stuff over there. But right now the tulips are getting lots of rain. And so they're coming up, and all the daffodils already bloomed. So it's kind of going through phases, but it's a really cool area.
It looks really, really beautiful. You did a great job on it.
Thank you.
And I'm hoping that one of the things on that list is your poppies, but that's a whole other, we'll wait.
Oh,
and
there
see.
are 2 poppies coming up over there. So we'll see.
Better be on your top 5. Okay. The next one is sweet peas, which I have grown last year. I will be honest, I didn't have a huge success with where I put them, but this year I got them off to a really good start. They had beautiful root systems. I'm so excited. And
They were healthy.
they were very, very, they're all really healthy. Interesting fact, some of the ones that I put in ground last year, about 4 of those have come up. So they survived the
Nice.
winters. I put in probably 12 seeds. 4 of them have survived. I don't know which 4 they are right now. I'd have to go back and look. But the ones that I grew inside under the grow lights did the best of all the trials that I ran. And the ones that I'm most excited to see out of that is the combination of Mollie Rillstone, Nimbus, Windsor, and Hyacinth. So they're combined together out in the cut garden. And then also Cupani is one that I'm really excited about because it's kind of like machacana. It was one of the first sweet peas. So it was very, very fragrant.
Oh,
And I'm going to finish putting those out over in the potager. I'm hoping to have a bumper crop of sweet peas this year. If I do, it will be the first time. I don't know why I have struggled so much. It shouldn't be that hard.
I mean, they are.
They could be a little
Yes.
tricky.
Yeah, and I still need to get mine in the ground.
Yeah, that's okay. I have
Waiting.
about 10 left to put in.
So
So,
we're doing okay. I know their roots are like, we're ready to get out of this
Hey.
paper towel roll.
right. You've got them in the paper towel rolls.
I know.
put them in the
Yours
root
are-
trainers.
Yours deeper. Mine are probably not stunted, but they're not gonna continue to flourish in what they're in right now until I get them in the ground.
I think I might have a couple extra I could swing your way.
Oh, okay. I won't say no.
Don't say no.
I won't. That's so. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
So I have perennial phlox that I have in my flower box on my back porch. I planted it 2 years ago and just kind of left it in there over winter. In the spring, I was like, oh my God, this is growing back. So I keep it. It stays in there. It's done really well.
Mhm.
I just plant my other flowers kind of around it in the box. I'm excited for it to come back.
Yeah, and it's getting ready to pop.
It is. It is. And it has like a light, kind of lavender, light purple flowers.
Oh, that sounds so nice.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm like, oh, you came back again. You did
know.
it.
That's exciting. I love phlox. Yeah. This one is blooming right now, and I'm going to have you hand me that vase. This is a tulip, and it's called Artis Viridiflora. And
Just talk about this.
I mean, the whole thing.
Can I walk
this
that up
is-
to the camera?
I mean,
Give it to me.
here you go. Okay,
Here,
she's
friends.
walking it. She's walking it up.
Sorry, we have
Yep,
to
you're
show
up
these.
there. Okay, look at that. So Artis is the front one. And actually this variety just bloomed today, and it's like a multicolor.
Beautiful. This is why we do what we do.
I know, this
Why
is
is it like vibrating over here?
I planted 600 bulbs, but not all tulips, but a mixture of things. But I did plant at least 200 tulips. I actually used Sarah Raven's recommendations from her Create Academy course. She has been doing tulips for like 30 years, I think. I mean, she's obsessed with them. And so I think when somebody's like such a specialist and so obsessed with something,
Just follow.
that I'm just going to try it. Like that's what they do all the time.
Yeah.
So I did choose a couple of colors like Copper Image and some other ones I like myself that I know I like. But this combination of colors is just, they're gorgeous. But this artist one, it looks like a little flame. And
It's wild. I have never seen a tulip that looks like that.
yeah, I know. Beth was like, what is
What is
that's a
that?
tulip?
Yeah.
So this is a really unique shape from what we're used to. Like this is a double and this is kind of a traditional and this is a little more.
It's like a fringed one almost. It's
Uh-huh.
kind of fringy.
But this one should come back every year. What Sarah Raven and her partner, head gardener Josie, had figured out is that these tulips with kind of the green on the edges tend to be the most perennial.
Oh, wow.
The way I planted the beds, the first set, so this pink one and this purple one, they are more of the annual ones, but this one's coming from the perennial bed and this one's coming from a perennial. I am really excited about that.
Do you know if they naturalize?
If they're perennial, typically they'll naturalize. As long as you're not pulling the whole bulb out and you
Sure.
buried it a little bit deeper. These I definitely buried deep because they don't have the longest stem. And, it's tricky with tulips because everybody says to bury them, 3 times the depth of the bulb. And here in the South, for whatever reason, when I do that, they come up really short.
I get like nubbins.
Right.
Sorry, but I have like
Yeah.
tulip nubbins.
Yeah.
I know I didn't even do it as deep as it told me to. I maybe did 3 inches and I have one that's like its stem is like this. I'm like,
Yeah.
so
I think some of that's depth. Maybe there's some nutrition stuff going on there too, but I think a lot of that has to do with depth. Anyways, I'll put in the show notes the colors of all of these, but I have to tell you that this artist, Viridiflora, is absolutely one of the most stunning tulips I've ever grown in my life. It's just unbelievable.
what a great one to end it with.
Oh, I have one more. That was
you
number 4.
got a bonus. I guess I don't know if I 1,
one.
2, 3, 4. Oh, you're right. Oh, I have veg.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give you my 5th one.
This
And
is
then you-
just flowers, folks.
Yes.
We didn't have time for the veggies.
No veg. Well, I'm going to give you my last flower real quick, and that is a wallflower called Vulcan.
Oh, we
And-
talked about it quite a bit.
I'm excited because it's the first time I've ever grown it. Again, this is a recommendation coming out of the UK. They grow a lot of wallflowers over there. I don't see it here as much, or I don't hear anybody talk about it. And this is kind of a darker color, and it should have already probably been in the ground about 3 weeks ago, but it's going to go in the ground this week. It'll be kind of
Right.
like a follow-up to the tulips bloom. I'm trying to keep that bed in the potager going with cut flowers.
Wonderful.
Okay.
I'm excited. I'm ready for our stuff to bloom.
I am too.
Bloom, baby, bloom. Fostering blooms. Fostering blooms. We are fostering our blooms. They're
Yeah.
getting ready to come.
And they're coming on. Okay. All right. So let's go to veg because I can't just have flowers. I got to eat too, right?
No, we can't. I put this on the list, but this is because it's overwintered. So I am already harvesting a lot of red Russian kale. But I have new starts that you did for us that I will definitely be harvesting a lot more. So it's some really good succession planning.
Absolutely.
I have my overwintered ones. Those are coming up, harvesting them now. And then when those are done and bolted, our little new ones will be harvestable.
And you've got some different varieties in
I
there.
do.
I like red Russian a lot. That's a really good one. So I have dark side spinach, and I did grow that a little bit last year and I really like that variety. So I do have 2 varieties, but I'm very excited about the dark side spinach.
Does it grow on the dark side of the moon?
Oh, yes, it does. Welcome to the dark side. And I gave you some too. So now you're on the dark side. Right? Yeah.
I'm so excited. Yeah, because I didn't do any spinach. So
Yeah.
thank you.
And I've actually got a couple extra too.
People are
just in
going to be
case.
like, listeners are going to be like, hey, Shannon, do you have some for me too?
Sure.
Oh, man. Thank you. Spinach is great. Love the leafy greens.
I know.
But I feel like we need to maximize on them now in early spring because we just don't get them midsummer. But
Yeah. So, okay, what's your
That's
next
great.
one?
So I have tender baby lettuce on here, and that covers, I think, quite a few varieties of lettuce. I have some lettuce that I sowed in the garden in like November, and they started to come up probably February.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I did really well on my overwintered.
You do stuff that I'm like, you sow lettuce seeds in November and have them come up.
It's like, and it's like early February, they were like, I was like, oh, okay, there you are.
This is insane.
I just do.
You do it. I know, but I love that.
Gardener. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, I have some lettuce. We'll be eating lots of lettuce.
That's really great. Well, one of the things I have on here is lettuce as well. And I have Marvel of Four Seasons on here, but I actually sowed a couple different early spring types, and I've got a mesclun mix and a little gem. I'm really excited about the lettuces that I've got going. They've finally, the last week or so, kind of started to take off, and this rain today will really help.
They love it. They love it. Yeah, we're getting our beach box and eating all of our salad.
The next one for me is the French breakfast radish, and I actually am trying that in seed tape this year.
Yeah.
And it came up really nicely. And I always like to sow watermelon radish as well and some other varieties, but I do really love the French breakfast.
They're so pretty.
Yeah, and I will tell you, if you've never grown radish at home, you're in for the shock of your life. Because the first time I did it, I was like, this is kind of spicy.
I got a little bit of a kick.
Yeah, I mean, it actually tastes like something.
Instead of just like a crunchy blob you get from the store.
Crunchy water is what they regularly taste like to me.
Yeah.
So they're really delicious. Like watermelon really has a spicy kick, and the French breakfast is a little more subtle.
They're so easy. Radishes are so easy. Like just throw some seeds and you will get some radishes.
Yeah.
You can dice them, slice them, put them in your salad. But I also actually slice them up, cook them in some butter, salt and pepper, and the radish tops, and I have them with my eggs.
Yes, please. We need to do some little recipe.
Yeah, we do. And like, I'm going to have salad every day. Well, you can saute them. And saute kale.
Yeah.
So next thing on here is asparagus.
Yes. What would spring be without asparagus?
I know. I need to figure out this asparagus in my bed, though, because she's not really grown past the clump she's in. So we need to do some troubleshooting on that. I don't know if I need to plant some more plants, but she's supposed to be spreading. So I need to figure that out.
Well, be careful what you wish for, because I'm going to tell you this, and somebody out there is going to clutch their pearls and be like, oh my goodness. When I started the 4 raised beds, they had grown asparagus, and I didn't know really where it was. Well, then it started coming up through my raised beds. Now, just so you know, I put cardboard down, I put leaves, I put sticks, I put mulch, I put all the things, and my beds are knee high. And they came up, and they came up in multiple beds, and I pulled it out and pulled it out and pulled it out. This might be the first year it doesn't come back.
Wow.
But it actually spread. I saw some off of the fence line like 100 feet away. So be careful what you wish for.
Sure.
And maybe, because it'll go throughout the whole entire bed into the grass, like maybe it gets its own little cordoned off bed. I do like asparagus, but I haven't replanted it because I want to make sure when I do this, like I have a space for you. So I kind of know next year we might do it along the fence line. Anyway, it's tangent.
That's smart, though. I just am surprised. I'm getting like a big asparagus, I'll cut it. A big asparagus, I'll cut it. And then it's like I can eat one asparagus.
Yeah.
Okay, like I need a bunch, So I just eat it out of the garden. It's great. But when they get too tall, it's like, okay, I need another one to grow.
Yeah. We're going to do some asparagus research and get back to you.
I didn't mean to complain about that a lot, but there's a big fat one out there that I didn't eat it.
They're really
thin. I didn't eat my one asparagus.
Yeah, one asparagus. This is like a gourmet meal. You get one asparagus.
Get one egg.
With a homegrown, I guess you can't grow an egg, but some raised egg.
Yeah. That's it.
Sea salt.
A small portion.
A little lemon drizzle vinaigrette with some arugula. That actually sounds really good.
That actually sounds delicious.
And that was the next thing on my list, arugula.
Oh, yeah.
I had the best arugula this fall, and I was so bummed out. I tried to cover it. I was like, please last through the winter. Please last through the winter with cover, and it didn't. But it is pretty cold hardy, and it is growing really, really well right now. It is going to be so tasty. I put a lot in. I think I have like 8 plants in there.
That's great.
So I was like, we are going to have some arugula. And once it gets going, the more you cut it, the more it comes back.
I actually need to use my arugula.
I'm kind of naughty because I didn't tell you what variety it is, but I will put the variety in the show notes because I forgot to look beforehand. It is actually a variety, not just arugula.
And you gave me 3 plants. So I planted those like a month ago or so, but I also sowed arugula seeds too.
Oh my God. Are they coming up?
Yeah, they came up.
Yeah, of course they did.
But they're actually starting to bolt. So it's good. I got.
Oh, good. Fresh ones.
I mean, I've been able to really harvest.
That's really good. That's a good thing to know. My kale didn't overwinter that well this year. I don't have any idea why, as you know, because I've been borrowing kale from you, but I mean, who knows?
Wild.
Last year it did, this year didn't.
I have next on there spring onions. I guess you could do green onions in this category too, because I save all my tips and I cut them and then I put them straight in a huge glass of water. The roots, the tips.
You always say you save your roots.
I save my roots. I actually have a big mason jar full of ones that I've saved. And they're all green. I need to get those in. But there's some that I put in the fall. They were huge. They were like this picture. And I overwintered those.
Insane. Insane.
Oh.
I love it. Okay, well, my last one is a snap pea called Nairobi. And again, this is coming out of Europe. It's new to the United States. And I have heard Sarah Raven again rave about this forever. Sarah Raven.
Sarah Raven.
But more people too. They really love it. It's not stringy. It has a really good crunch, a really good flavor. Again, those are finally starting to take off. They'll be growing up the cow panel arches. I planted so many. Caitlin was like, I don't need to plant any snap peas because we'll have enough for both of us.
I was like, yeah, I'm a little late on mine. There's maybe like 2 coming up. And I was like, I don't need to worry about it, do I? You have enough.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, by my estimate, I can't remember what I put. I did an Instagram reel on it. I think I estimated that I was going to have at least 20 pounds of snap peas. There's probably like, at least 30 plants out there
I was
right
going to
now.
say 30. It looked like 30. So that's so much.
Yeah.
So great.
But these are the varieties that I'm really excited about. And these are the flowers I'm really excited about. Again, I mean, we have a lot more we could talk about, but if any of these things are things that you're interested in, we can stand by these varieties as things that I think are going to be really beautiful and perform really well.
Yeah. And if you plant them, they will grow for you.
Well, speaking of that, it looks like it's time for us to go get dirty.
Let's go grow, baby.
Thanks for listening to Fostering Blooms. If this episode inspired you, send it to a friend who's ready to ditch bland grocery store radishes and get spicy in the garden with us. We'd love it if you left us a 5-star review. That helps other people like you find our podcast. And don't forget to tag us on Instagram when your blooms show off. Until next time, let's go grow, baby.